morning. I'm at Ikerre local government area, Ugele Aroko ward, and right behind me is polling unit 006. And voting actually commenced at 8:30 on the dot. Initially, the presiding officers actually made it easier, or tried to make it easier for elderly people to cast their votes and pregnant women. But what we're seeing now is that this voting process has been delayed shorter because the BVAS isn't recognizing elderly people here. And only 3 persons have actually casted their votes since 8:30. Well, the process has been delayed, and we hope that they resolve that in earnest, so that these elderly persons, as well as the younger ones, can, start casting their votes. But now what they did is to suspend the elderly people and, start with just the average age and below. And that's what we have here. But voting, the voter turnout is impressive. You can see right behind me that it's a long line, just getting to where we are right now. And so this polling unit also is actually the polling unit for the People's Democratic Party's candidate for this governorship election. But we're yet to see him. We hope that he comes, in due time, so that we can also have him, at the voting area, and also to cast his votes as well. But so far, so good. These voters are enthusiastic about, engaging in the process and, engaging in the process and also exercising their franchise. But we've seen also a very, high presence of security operatives right here in this local government area. They've been patrolling, nonstop at this area as well.
That's comforting. But the issue you raised about BVAS is definitely concerning. They switched from allowing the elderly voters to the younger ones. Is it recognizing is the BVAS machine recognizing the younger ones quicker, or is it a defect with the machine? So I had to leave that area just to come on live. Then I would go back and monitor the process. But before I left there, this was the situation. But from what I understand now, the PDP candidate is right behind me. He just arrived. So maybe my cameraman can just move so that we capture him. The phone.
Guys up.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to get that better as soon as we have a clear feed. We'll bring that right back up, because it's looking like it's a bit unsettled about something, at least what I can see on his face. Okay.
Well,
back there.
Unsettled, you never know. Perhaps it's one of those elderly people that the BVAS machine will probably not recognize his face, because I'm not sure he's 40 years old. So.
Okay. So anyway, there's still movement.
Maybe he's received that report, and that's what is making him a little bit worried. We're not sure, but I'm sure Kumbi will be able to update us on that as soon as she gets the information.
Is he joining the queue, or is he going straight to the polling point? It would be good for us to understand exactly what is happening right there. Because from what we can see now, it's okay. That's where the INEC officials are. Okay, so sounds like he's
going to cast his vote.
Straight to the beginning of the line.
Yes.
It's looking a bit like
he's not happy about something.
He's not happy about
I'm sure we'll get that. We'll get to know what it is once he's able to complete his process.
Well, I'm glad about something. I always like to look at the upsides, right? So I'm glad that the people have demonstrated enough confidence in the security agencies for them to troop out en masse. When I saw the numbers this morning, that between 2014 and the last election, there was a progressive reduction in the percentage of voters that came out for the process. But now we hear there is a lot of people that have come out. We're hoping we'll be able to get some feed, hopefully as soon as he's done, gives us an understanding of what's happening. So let's hope that this has increased the number of voters that have come out. But then there is also, from what our colleague was telling us, Kumbi was telling us the other time, the BVAS is definitely a concern. Oh, it's an ingenious initiative, but it's still technology. And technology will always have its way of having its way. So we can hear him talking to the people now. Okay, so we can't hear what he's saying, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to. Can't really hear him, but okay, he's kind of addressed the people, and he definitely has his own following the election right now. That's the candidate of the PDP is Chief Wale Oluyede, who considers it, well, some pundits say it's an opportunity for him to regain political relevance in a state where the party once enjoyed significant dominance. And it's interesting because there are those who consider former Governor Ikerre as the leader of the PDP in Ekiti State. But guess what? It's not. It's undeniable that he is not, supporting the candidate of his party. He's supporting the candidate of the APC, and he's unapologetic about it. Anyway, that's the PDP candidate standing in front of the people who are voting, trying to make a comment or two just to try to understand what the situation is. From what we gathered from Ikerre the other time, the election is going quite smoothly, but here the BVAS is a bit defective. And I know that for every polling unit, there is a backup device. Yeah,
there's a backup device. So
when Kumbi said that they switched from certain people to another set of people, I'm beginning to wonder if that made any significant difference. But we'll get more of this as events unfold. So while we are happy with the voter turnout, those who may not be there, you better not be in town to not come out to vote. If you are in town, please do come out to vote, so that.
Are you able to get a clean shot?
So that we are able to put it there. So as we can see, Kumbi is still trying to make sure we get the best we can from that. Okay, I think the governor is casting his vote already. The PDP candidate is casting his vote already. So that is definitely happening right there. Okay. All right.